What are the main challenges that you're seeing in government? Hi, Bon. Thank you for accepting talking to us. So our colleagues around the world can have the opportunity to know you. Tell us your name and the organization you work with. What does Bantay Kita aspire to achieve or to do?
Thank you for this interview. My name is Besmanos, and I have been working for Bantay Kita since 2009 and officially since 2015. So my previous organization, Alternate Forum for Research in Mindanao, was a founding member of Bantay Kita. And Bantay Kita is a strategy by the civil society and organizations in the Philippines to push for more accountability and transparency in the extractive sector.
That's great. Thank you, Bon. What will you say are the main governance challenges you observe in the Philippines in general? And how do those challenges affect the work you and other organizations like yours do?
In the context of extractive industry in the Philippines, the main challenges that we have observed is the weak capacity of our government to monitor the social and environmental impacts of the extractives industry in the Philippines. So it created a lot of problems from the communities on the ground. And we are a poor country, so the presence of extractive industry that are less regulated and less monitored all the more exacerbate the poverty in the rural areas. So then that affects all our work in empowering the communities because their livelihood is very much affected by the impacts, the externalities of the extractive industry.
Thank you, Bon. We are now in the island of Mindanao, where we are learning from grassroots organizations challenges and how they tackle them. What is particular to Mindanao that adds to the complexity of governance challenges, particularly in the extractive sector?
Mindanao has a very unique context. We have experienced wars 40 years ago, and up to there are still some conflicts in the islands. Because this is like there are different groups living in the island. We have the indigenous people, we have the Muslim Filipinos, and we have the settlers. So then there are a lot of conflicts that relates to land, a lot of conflicts that relates to resources, and a lot of conflicts are due to ideologies. And then extractive industry, if it is not governed well, it will add more to the issue of the conflict in Mindanao. So any interventions done in the island without looking into or considering its impacts towards the work on peace building and conflict transformation in all spheres, that will have a very big impact for the communities. So then it's really important to tackle resource governance. It's very important to look into platforms that are available so that anyone can join in the table and talk about, share ideas, and talk about issues and resolve those things to be able to be moving in the future with a more peaceful and pluralistic Mindanao.
That's fantastic, Bon. Thank you very much. What are you hearing from local civil society organizations, from local authorities that could help overcoming challenges, governance challenges, and achieve the goals of local organizations?
I think the most important for the context of Mindanao is understanding our history, understanding the conflict, understanding the challenges of the communities, understanding the interests of our communities, which is particularly more on the protection of their livelihood, protection of human rights, protection of their right to live comfortably and peacefully in this island. So the civil society is asking for more capacity building for them to understand all the issues that affects their work that they're doing in the communities. Particularly for the peace building groups, they wanted to learn more about climate justice. They want to learn more about the impacts of this just energy transition into the work they're doing, and also the current human rights issues that are happening in the sphere of engaging the government in the issue of extractive industry, and of course our indigenous peoples. So we need to understand all of those things, and then they have interest to listen and to learn more so that they can do more for their communities.
Thank you, Bon. This has been terrific. We're very thankful for the hospitality that you and everybody in Mindanao has given us. Thank you very much for accepting this interview.
Salamat.